Martin Kove played John Kreese in the 1984 hit film The Karate Kid. Cobra Kai is a Netflix TV series set in the Karate Kid universe. Why did Martin Kove hate the Karate Kid movie? Why were Martin Kove and Ralph Macchio hesitant to join Cobra Kai? Stick around till the end to know if Hilary Swank will be coming back as Julie Pierce. Season 4 of Cobra Kai was released in late 2021 on Netflix. The fourth season received critical acclaim for its commentary on social and cultural issues. The show has been renewed for a fifth season that is supposed to premiere towards the end of 2022. Why did Martin Kove hate the Karate Kid movie? First up, let's look at why Martin Kove hated the title The Karate Kid. Kove has a podcast called, quote, Kicking It with the Koves, unquote, which he hosts along with his kids, Jesse and Rachel. In an episode released on February 10, Kove revealed that he hated the original movie's title since it sounded like a Bruce Lee movie. Though The Karate Kid featured martial arts, the movie was a coming-of-age story that centered on personal development. The focus of the film was its anti-bullying message. It is no wonder that Martin Kove felt the name The Karate Kid did a disservice to the movie, since people would assume it was just a pulp action movie featuring karate. Kove also stated that the movie's producer Jerry Weintraub saw an article on bullying. He then wanted to make a movie with a strong anti-bullying message. The scriptwriter Robert Kamen wrote iconic lines like wax on, wax off, sweep the leg, and no mercy. These lines have become as famous as iconic catchphrases like may the force be with you or live long and prosper. So in Kove's mind, the movie had a much higher purpose, and the name The Karate Kid simply did not do justice to it. In fact, Kove did not even attend the premiere of the 1984 movie and instead sent his wife in his place. At that point in time, he didn't feel he was missing out on anything significant, and John Kreese was another one-dimensional character to him. He feels that his character was fleshed out as a multi-dimensional person only in the TV series Cobra Kai. More on that later. However, he admitted that he came to like the movie's name years later. He found the name's simplicity to be its selling point. Has the character John Kreese become a part of Martin Kove? Next, let's look at whether Martin Kove has been influenced by his character John Kreese. After playing the character John Kreese over the course of almost 4 decades, Kove admits that the character has become a part of his personality. Now, Kreese is a sadist who threatens, harasses, and torments people. He is not a sage-like character akin to Mr. Miyagi, yet Kove does not distance himself from his character. In an interview with Men's Health, Kove revealed that the character John Kreese could rise to the surface at random times. Kove said, I found myself, at times, wanting to go into an ice cream store and it's closed right in front of me, and I got there too late. And all of a sudden, this energy rises in my body and the stare that comes out of the eyes, and it just innately is there. Even his fellow Cobra Kai actors have stated that some parts of John Kreese's psyche were in Martin Kove. However, the role hasn't totally taken over him. They say that Kreese was an amplified version of Martin Kove, and there were times when the actor had to let go of his Cobra Kai persona. Why was Martin Kove hesitant to join Cobra Kai? Another interesting development is that Martin Kove was initially hesitant to join the Cobra Kai TV series. Before joining Cobra Kai, his last performance was in a poorly received sci-fi TV movie titled Tu Lava, Tu Lantula. He was also a part of the 2014 parody movie called The Extendables, which spoofed the hit film The Expendables. So you would expect Martin Kove to be excited to reprise his most famous role as John Kreese. However, the actor was initially hesitant to take up this part. He didn't want to portray the one-dimensional villainous dojo leader from the Karate Kid movies. Further, he didn't intend to take up such roles. He wanted his character to have some vulnerability. Additionally, he wanted Kreese to be stuck in some versatile situations. At present, he seems to be satisfied with his character arc. From being a big shot, we see him become destitute in the second season. He exposes his vulnerable side in scenes where he is crying. In Cobra Kai, Kreese is portrayed as a misunderstood character rather than a stock villain. In the Karate Kid movies, questions like Kreese's background didn't really matter, and Kove also didn't bother thinking about a backstory. However, Kove stated that before joining Cobra Kai, he created a backstory in his mind. He feels that the audience is starting to understand Kreese as the TV show progresses. In the movie franchise, the characters were written in black and white, and it was all about the good guys versus the bad guys. Whereas in the TV show, everyone operates in gray areas. Why was Ralph Macchio unsure of joining Cobra Kai? Surprisingly, Ralph Macchio was also unsure of joining Cobra Kai. In the Karate Kid movies, Ralph Macchio plays the protagonist Daniel LaRusso. LaRusso. He was uncertain about joining Cobra Kai and reprising his most famous role. He stated that he had pitched numerous Karate Kid reboot ideas over the years, but he was not interested in returning to the franchise. He was protective of his character since it had become an important part of pop culture. In 2010, there were proposals to make the Karate Kid reboot alongside Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith, but he refused to be a part of it. Though the 2010 reboot went on to become a box office success, Macchio states that it lacked originality. The only reason he decided to join Cobra Kai was that the creators and showrunners John Hurwitz, Hayden Schlossberg, and Josh Heald were passionate Karate Kid fans. They had also assured Macchio that they would honor certain aspects of the original film, specifically Mr. Miyagi's character. However, Macchio still thinks of Cobra Kai as fan fiction rather than a proper continuation of the Karate Kid franchise. Why did Ralph Macchio disagree with how his character was written? Next up, let's look at why Ralph Macchio had issues with how his character was written in Cobra Kai. So, in the TV series, Daniel LaRusso is a businessman who owns numerous car dealerships. He advertises for the LaRusso Auto Group by filming karate-themed commercials, as he was still recognized for winning the 1984 and 1985 All-Valley tournaments. According to Macchio, this career choice was out of place for LaRusso. Though there was some comedic value in the situation, it was not real. The show writers then had to make certain adjustments to the character. Martin Kove and Ralph Macchio have a close relationship. Next, let's look at the relationship between Martin Kove and Ralph Macchio. It seems like they have a close relationship. Macchio calls Kove his cigar sensei. He says that he always asks Kove for advice about cigars. After the production of Season 4 of Cobra Kai had wrapped up, Kove made an Instagram post stating that he was humbled to work alongside Macchio and other cast members. Will Hilary Swank be joining Cobra Kai? Hilary Swank starred in the 1994 movie The Next Karate Kid as Julie Pierce. In the film, Julie Pierce was Mr. Miyagi's student. She had lost her parents in a car accident and was dealing with it poorly. Mr. Miyagi happened to be an old friend of Pierce's grandmother, and he agreed to spend time mentoring Julie. The movie revolves around how Julie Pierce accepts Mr. Miyagi as her sensei and overcomes her issues with bullying. Sadly, this movie did poorly at the box office and was the least successful movie in the franchise. It was also panned by the critics. However, Hilary Swank was praised for her performance. During the recently held Paley Fest LA 2022, Entertainment Tonight asked Ralph Macchio if Hilary Swank would be making an appearance in the show. Macchio stated that any character who knew Mr. Miyagi was a part of the Miyagi-verse. It would make sense to bring these characters back. Macchio said, "It's a yes, yes, maybe, yes, no. I don't know." Showrunner Hayden Schlossberg also fueled speculation by stating in a recent interview that anything is possible. Other cast members like William Zabka and Jacob Bertrand are also excited about the possibility of having Hilary Swank on board. The TV show has brought back many notable members of the movie franchise, including Elizabeth Shue, who plays Ollie Mills, and Thomas Ian Griffith, who plays Terry Silver. Will characters from the 2010 Karate Kid remake join Cobra Kai? Till date, none of the characters from the 2010 movie have made an appearance in Cobra Kai. Though the movie is a part of the Karate Kid franchise, it does not form a part of the Miyagi-verse. This movie is supposed to be a remake of the 1984 original, with the settings moved to China. Though this movie is called Karate Kid, the martial art that is depicted in the film is Kung Fu, so there may be difficulties integrating the 2010 movie in Cobra Kai. And that's a wrap. What are your predictions for Season 5 of Karate Kid? Do you think Hilary Swank will join the show? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.